Oh, I have now entered my casa. I am very appreciative. It's not the largest, maybe not the cleanest because I'm a bachelor, but I'm grateful and very thankful. It serves a purpose and I'm very comfortable here. I like the peace and the quiet, even though it's small size. Beats the hell out of the alleys and the downtown situation. Open up the pearly gates. On the road again, let's go. My name is Stevon Nelson. I generally introduce myself as Nelson. It seems to be easier for people to remember. I was on the street approximately 10 years. I'm originally from Hope, Arkansas, the same city that Bill Clinton was born in, actually. At one point, it was in the Guinness Books of World Records as with the largest watermelon ever grown in the world. Things got dark with me and went wrong with me. It was a gradual thing. If I could go back a little bit, my family has a history of alcoholism. This is something that grows and gets worse over a period of time. So all through everything I'm telling you, I'm always drinking. So I was raised in that male-dominant society. If you can't handle your liquor, you ain't no man. Not knowing that it would lead me down a path of alcoholism and into the dark parts of what alcoholism can do to you. Have blackouts, stealing out of stores to feed your habit. And once that habit consumes your mind, you become susceptible to crack, heroin, whatever. But the main objective was always to be drunk. And that led me down a path of destruction. Downtown LA, the sidewalks are atrocious for someone that's in a power chair. But after a period of time, if you travel those sidewalks as much as I have, you know the safe routes, and I do. Hey sis, how you doing? I know what the cracks are, what the dips are. So I've been fortunate to be able to save my scooter from road damage or sidewalk damage, so to speak. All right, thank you very much, brother. In downtown, you can see the best and the worst of the world today. You can see a person that may own the high-rise building, pull it into their parking garage, and they own the building. On that same spot, you can see a homeless person that sleeps in a little area where the gate lets up. So you'll see it all. You'll see the prejudice, you'll see the biasness, you'll see it. And I've felt it. I've taken the beatings just because I was perceived to be a worthless, no good drunk. When you are homeless, you feel invisible to the world. When I was living in Skid Row, I've seen people that assume that I was going to ask them for money. And they jump and go on the other side of the street. It's not even ignoring. They know you're there. They see. They see, man. They choose. These are choices people make. They don't ignore you, they see. But unfortunately, a lot of people think because you're now town that They are better than you. And they don't have to pay attention to you. And this is where the stereotypes come in at. All right, man. Let me give you a little run through. This is my mom. I call her the Queen Bee. This is my mom. That's my mom. She's 85 years old. That's my sister, my stepdad, and my mother's best friend. And that's me about 20 years ago. We all lived together at that time. I thought I was all that back in the day. Let's see. This is me prior to my stroke. I was a sports fanatic. Not only did I like viewing it, I love playing it. That's the one I'm most proud of because it says first place, 3-point shootout. And in the military, I placed number 7 out of the whole state. For a 5'3" scrawny kid, that was a major accomplishment. That's pretty good. What people think about Skid Row just because someone is homeless, people in general society will attribute that to they must be on drugs. That's not true. And people are not down there because they woke up one day and said, moving down Skid Row. People down there because of atrocities that have been forced upon them, where they would rather be down on the streets than to be around the people that were mistreating them. And that's a light word, mistreating. Domestic violence, rapes, little young girls who fathered incest. These things are real, people. I met a lady once that said her father put her in a closet and kept her there. Only stuck a little food in to keep her living for a year. That was one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my life. Can you imagine? Rather than to go to a mansion in Beverly Hills that your family owns, you rather be downtown in LA in the alley. But she was one of the people that someone driving by in their Mercedes on the other side of downtown LA will look at and say, look at that bomb. I will admit, my alcoholism did bring a lot of the hardships on me. I brought it on myself, and I'm man enough to say that. But there's more people that things were put on them to force them to be there. This particular alley was well known for a little bit of everything. But it was also pretty accommodating because it was out of the mix of all the people where you could just actually kind of sleep comfortable. I remember numerous nights trying to make it just to the spot to rest. I have a lot of emotional bad memories about it. I've been stabbed, I've been shot in this alley. Almost lost my life in this alley a couple of times behind bad drug deals. I lost a friend. It wasn't actually, it was down a little further, but he was coming to this alley and never made it. He was a young man too. And he felt that he would be safer out here than being in the house with his abusive parents. And he died right there. And I don't know why, but he always looked up to me. And I always told him that you're gonna get out of here. And he never made it. But he was coming that day because he knew I was up here. And he never made it. When I was going in and out of jail, it was basically, I had one charge all through those years. and there was always shoplifting, always. I never went to jail for anything else. So during the rainy season, which they do have in Los Angeles, and out there on those streets, when it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it gets deathly cold. And we just have this thing, it's gonna be cold, just to go to jail. So you will not sleep on the street when it's cold. That's part of this sanity. And I would be a witness to tell you I did that several times. If you don't die from being the cold, you'll die from all the germs that you have to sleep and breathe in during the course of while you're asleep. Uh, I've seen people lay down and that was it. They lay down fine, never woke up. The alcoholism basically led me to everything else. When I was in my 30s, during a dark period in my life, I was drinking excessively, didn't want my mother to know how I was living my life. And I believe I was, in hindsight, I believe I was hiding. I was in piss poor mental health and even worse physically. This part gets a little emotional because I know that at that time I was doing a damn thing that made me deserving to live. When I was just, I was a piece of shit. That's not putting a low value on myself. Just calling it like it is. I wasn't no good for nobody. Oh yeah, I'm grinding my fridge down because it's full. This replaced the drugs. This replaced the cigarettes. Imagine if you're not smoking cigarettes and you're not on drugs, that's how your freezer will look. So there's an example. Oh Lord, they might be a little overstuffed, but there we go. My mom gonna love this. I put everything in the refrigerator, even bread. It lasts longer, I was told. Chicken, hot dog buns, hamburger patties, franks, potatoes, burritos, bell peppers, English muffins, pizza bites for the basketball game today. You just pop them in the microwave. 35 seconds later, you eating pizza bites. Tastes just like pizza. This shrimp, ice cream, and my favorite, Belgian waffles. I actually contribute to the homeless people that passes by. When I cook too much, I just put it in some containers to go out and give it to the homeless. Or when that person may come back 3 or 4 days later and they see me and may ask what I have today. And if I have it, I'll give it to them. And that started me to going down and volunteering. Really a beautiful thing, man. Man, ain't that light red as hell?
You know, it's the right to jaywalk now, the right to walk.
Yeah, the right to get your ass hit too.
You know, the right
Come
to
on,
walk now.
Pancake.
See, what's his name?
Frank up there, he died
Yeah,
too.
he died.
Uh, it's so many. I
There's
done
so
forgot
many.
some of them names,
I done
man.
forgot some of them names too.
I think the
Stevon.
I think the blessing is, man, we still here, and I don't tell you too often, man. But I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing your thing over there, man. That's why I volunteer. I have this friend, Pancake, that lives in the downtown area. He had some struggles earlier in his life. Now he's risen to a point where he's actually hands on helping people get off the street. This park that I used to go to brings back good memories. I started going to that park because the basketball course was right there. And that's how we would spend our days.
We got a housing committee meeting tomorrow
Give me a few
at 2
more.
o'clock.
Give me about 5.
Here you go. Pass them out here, Stefan.
Okay, and I'm gonna go right. I volunteer right down the street as I only can. It's a cliche, and people say it all the time. But what keeps my motor running is to give back and see if I can help somebody. For housing, it'll be the next building over. Hey, sis. How you doing, sis? What you like? Only Spanish? They speak Spanish there. This is for housing. Casa.
It's casa para house.
I gravitate to Pancake because he's genuine.
Yeah, brother. I was coming to you.
And he does it in a manner that inspires me. It makes me want to reach out. And he always tells me, Nelson, I admire you because you had a stroke and you did not stop. I never forget where I came from, or how it could be. It's vital to people seeing someone that's been there and got out. Good, man. How you doing with housing, bro?
How am I doing with housing?
Yes.
Not good.
4 o'clock, Daily Care Network. They'll put you on the list. They'll start putting you through the system to help you to get housing. So I got housing through the.
How long did it take you?
Took a few months, to be honest with you, but you're gonna know periodically the progress is being made. So you gotta know that you're moving towards getting out the streets. So that's a good way to start. I'm gonna get a flyer from my coworker right here. Bring it right back. I'm Nelson, man. Pleasure, man. What's yours? All right, I'll be right back. That's beautiful. They're sitting in the park less than 500 feet from help and don't even know it until we walk through and pass out those flyers. And I've seen so many positive results from that. Here you go, my brother. Okay, it's just right there, man. Don't, if you, I know you chilling out in the shade. Right. They got AC in there. Take your ass over there at 4 o'clock. Get your houses started, man. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know. I just know that they got me off of the streets, and I never look back, man. So if I could do it, anybody could do it. Over there, where they sleeping at, one of them spots used to be mine.
Look at you out here, a testimony now, telling other people.
Hell yeah, I'm a testimony because I used to sleep right there. See, I wasn't always in this chair. I used to turn people's ass up on the basketball court. One of the best. But that was pre-stroke. But we don't let that stop us, though, you know? Things happen in life. You gotta just have a positive outlook on whatever you're trying to do. Shit gonna go bad, trust me. Shit ain't gonna go exactly where you wanted to go, but keep on pushing. And you see them to get some positive results, brother. All right? It could have went no better, man. Perfect, man. Damn, I'm glad I called you, man. This
Go walk through.
I'm glad I called you, man. And I got a pretty good idea they'll be back. I have a couple of success stories. Pancake has done it to a higher level than I have. So I look, in that respect, I look up to him. I gravitate to him because I see goodness. I see kindness. And above all, I see good ass results. Or people that were sleeping in that alley last year or living in a nice new brand new apartments. And it's no better feeling in the world. Money can't do this. You can't touch it. When you see someone that you know that you was firsthand involved in seeing this person get up and get off the streets, let me tell the world today, it's better. You can't describe it. It's something that will stay with you until the day you die. And of course, the emotions will boil up in you, but they're good ass emotions. I don't know if I'll ever stop. Maybe when I get too old to do it. But as long as I'm able, I'll be doing this type of work. That's life in downtown. You know, like normally we say, well, I haven't seen my auntie in a year. I'm gonna go visit my auntie. Don't work like that down here. You don't see them for 2 or 3 weeks. 9 times out of 10, they're dead, overdose, or being robbed, uh, or just being on the streets in with the germs and the feces. Eventually, that catches up to you. It's vicious out here. It's not a joke. It is. We're doing the lighthearted side of it, and I can only verbally give you the dark side. Unless you guys want to come down here at night, you find out real quick. This shit ain't no joke. You could be here 1 second, dead the next. Yeah, that's real. Not like I'm any better than anybody, but I believe maybe God brought me to this point to tell you guys that. For someone else that's in this position, in that position, to get out of it. You know that you need someone to tell you there's a way out. You need someone to show you, not the bureaucrats, not the politicians that you don't ever see anyway till it's election time. But you need somebody down here in the trenches that lived this life, that knows how vicious it could be. Somebody that's been stabbed, that's been shot over bullshit. These scars right here, those are not regular scars. These are bullet wounds. Okay? Got one right here. And one in the spot that I can't show. All right? Stabbed in the neck. Centimeters from my jugular vein. That's all worth it. Every second of this shit was worth it. Because what I gained is the appreciation of life and how to make someone else, if I can, to make their life brighter. And that's where I'm at today. No looking back.